What's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Ripple XRP price chart because, well, I've been looking around on Twitter. I've been seeing it all over YouTube. I've been seeing it everywhere. Everybody wants to know, where is XRP's price going to? I see the price predictions out there everywhere. You know, we got 10, 13, 18, 26, 55, 60, 100, 10,000. I don't know. It's all over the place. But I think one of the big questions that everybody has is XRP about to do what Doge just did? So in this video, we're going to be comparing the Doge price chart to the XRP price chart, kind of mathematically calculate what XRP would get to if it pulled off a similar move to what we've seen over here in Doge, and does that in any way seem realistic? I think really that's the latter part of that. Is it realistic? Is going to be in the eye of the beholder. Everyone's going to have to kind of make that decision for themselves. But in this video, I will at least run all the calculations for you to show you what XRP would have to get to in order to make a mirroring chart compared to what happened over here with Doge. Because it's blatantly obvious that the XRP price chart compared to the Doge price chart looks incredibly similar at early stages of what Doge looked like before it really got going. So I think the first thing we have to do is we have to start doing some measurements on Doge to see how it got to where it got to. And fortunately, Doge followed Fibonacci's perfectly throughout the whole time. You could think it was Elon Musk, you could think it's Wall Street bets, you could think it's the excitement, all the other stuff. What's crazy about it is it still followed Fibonacci's incredibly well. So I'm going to zoom in on it just a little bit, and we'll start at the peak of the 2017 bull run. We'll go down to the bottom of the trough of the bear market, and we can see that in Doge's initial rise up, where did it go to first? Its first stop that it had was right here at this 702 Fibonacci retracement level, in which it then immediately had a pretty large pullback coming back over here to this level over here back in September of 2018. But pretty obvious knockback from the 702, finding support on top of this level before it stepped its way up, and then eventually went the full 4.236 fib extension. This is that moment when Wall Street bets was happening. This is when Elon Musk was happening. This is when GameStop stuff was happening. It was all the excitement and euphoria during this breakout that happened right in here. And what was real interesting about the first initial breakup that only took 2 days to really get there is it was 2 days to get to that 4.236, and then it stopped right there. And then it pulled straight back, came back up to it again, and then spent a couple of months going sideways before making its next leg up. But what have we seen happen so far here on this chart is that we have a retracement to the 702, a pullback to top of support, then a breakout going all the way to the 4.236 almost instantly. But then we've got one more leg up that happened over here. Once again, we shift this up just like we saw happen back in Bitcoin during the 2017 bull run, using this 0.236 fib extension or fib level right here on top of the 2017 peak, and then it gets us all the way out here again. It did extend a little bit higher than that, as we can see. I'll take us off log scale. You can see it was quite a bit of an extension up there, but for the most part, that was our general level of where we got to. Now, I saw something like this happen with the XRP price chart in the 2017 bull market, so I went and ran the exact same type of analysis right here that I saw happen in XRP in 2017. I said, you know what, in 2017, when we had this moment right in here, you could use the 0.236 right on this level right here, and that would give you that full extension of how high that XRP went. And we could see using that right here, that's just about where we got with Doge as well. And that moment I'm talking about is this one right in here. After XRP broke all the way out, to figure out how far this one went right in here, we could use that fib level to measure how high that bounce was off the bottom. And you can see for the most part, it got us right in there, just like we have happening over here in Doge. When I zoom out on it, you could see that measurement got us to the full extension, just like XRP did back in here. So in general, what did we see happen with Doge? We saw that Doge did a 702 Fibonacci retracement, then pulled back to support, broke out to a full 4.236 extension, and then went on to do the absolute mamma jamma monster bull run with the full extension, just like Bitcoin did back in the 2017 bull run, where you use the full extension right in here, and that's how high Bitcoin got. That's just what we saw happen over here on Doge. So one more time, phase 1 was getting to the 702 Fibonacci retracement with a pullback. Then phase 2 was going all the way up to the 4.236 extension by measuring the peak of the 2017 bull run to the trough of the bear market, getting us all the way out to a full fib extension at 4.236. And then phase 3 was going the entire length of a full Fibonacci by using the 0.236 on top of the peak of the previous bull run, which we'll just go ahead and call the Mama Jamma 4.236. So we know our three phases of what happened here in the bull run for Doge. One other thing that we can take into consideration, like we just talked about, was measuring that moment right in there in this final phase. If we don't want to use this one right in here, we could just go in and say we're going to measure it like this, and this is what happened with XRP at the end of the 2017 bull run. That gave us the exact same extension as well. So those were our three phases, which is similar to what we saw happen right back in here for XRP back in 2017. There were three phases in here, right? For Doge, you have initial breakup, you have breakup consolidation, then you have full extension. XRP, initial breakup, breakup with consolidation, and then final extension. But now the question comes, is XRP going to pull the exact same move right in here like we just saw with Doge? So let's measure these things out. If we are doing what's happening with Doge, right? And so I'm not saying that we are, but let's just, for the purpose of this video, let's make the presumption that we are doing the exact same thing as Doge, right? Where would XRP be at this exact moment? XRP would be right in here, right? Having its first break up and then having its pull back down. And what we know that happened over here with Doge is that when it did have its pullback, it fell back down over here to the September of 2018 previous resistance, turned into a support level, and that's where it consolidated before it stepped its next leg up. So September of 2018. What's so important about September of 2018? Well, that's that price level we keep talking about on this channel. That's been that resistance level for so long for the XRP price chart. Right back in here, this is September of 2018. This is the resistance level that has held XRP down for nearly 3 years. When we look at the previous fractal and we show how XRP's price has behaved during the last bull runs, we can see that it pulled back down to precisely that level as well. So right there into that September of 2018, we can see even over here on Doge, September of 2018, same pullback, right? So if we're to assume that it's the same structure as Doge, we can see where we're at right now. So let's talk about the fib extensions, right? So with Doge, we saw that this was at our 0.702 retracement, right? That was where our phase 1 happened, was at 702. We keep talking about using this rally prior to the capitulation of Bitcoin as being that critical moment to use the fibs on, because that's how we were able to measure the 2017 initial move up for XRP, was using that particular rally. Scoot this up here just a little bit. So we'll put our fib to match up just like that on 702 right up in there. And then we can see that the extension of this move takes us precisely out to a 4.236 fib, which is $11. Which is just like what we saw happen over here on Doge when we have that 0.702 lined up right there on the initial hit right there. That this is what gave us our extension. That would also be equivalent to what would be happening over here on the XRP price chart. So what are we seeing so far? We're seeing what happened with Doge is exactly what happened with XRP back in 2017. Now the big question is XRP going to do exactly what Doge did in 2021? But heading back to the XRP price chart, you could see that if it did just that, you'd be right at about $11, right, for that first move up, which is the 4.236 extension. And then if we were to go ahead and go to that next level, where does that get you out to? Gets you out to about $55 to $60. So a 57 right there. If you guys have watched this channel since 2019, you've heard it many times, 55 as well. That's how we get there, right? Using that full extension to 55, which is right here for Doge. If you were going to go that full extension just like that, that's how you get yourself all the way out here to about $55 to $60. But again, there'd be some trickery in there, right? Because we talk about phase 1 getting here to the 702 retracement level, right? Then phase 2 getting you out to the 4.236, and then phase 3 taking you all the way out here to the next level. However, there's that measurement thing that we did back in here, like we were able to do over here on the XRP price chart back in 2017, where if we use that 0.236 right on top of this level right here, this retracement rally that came off the bottom, that gave us a perfect full extension over there. Look at that. So that gave us the exact measurement for how high that would go. A lot of this target seems that it would depend on how deep this goes, how big the rally is off the bottom, and well, is it going to do something similar to like we saw back in here where you just kind of shift it over and that's how deep it would go and then just head on out of there. I think from a presumption standpoint, to consider if it's going to be mirroring what Doge did, you'd have to stick with that 55. But then as time progressed into this moment right in here, measuring these retracements up in here and then saying, okay, now we've got more better data to use at this time. We can now modify this to wherever it needs to go and then go ahead and make that final shot at it. Because I do believe this changes, right? If we were just to kind of measure how high this thing retraced from after it peaked right in here, we could see that this retracement on XRP went back to a 618. So the measurement was taken from the 618 level. So let's shift that up right there. So right in here, that's what gave you the reach out to the top. However, on Doge right in here, we'll zoom in on that a little bit closer and take a peek at that. We could see that Doge did not retrace that high, right? Doge only retraced back to just below 50%. So XRP got all the way up to here and we were able to measure using that level. With Doge, it only came up to right here. So we still measure it from right there at that moment right in here. That gives us the extension out to the top. So whatever this final leg would be, if it did mirror Doge, you'd have to take into consideration that, hey, you know, this seems to be a part of it right in here, using this full extension back in here. And then also at the time, pulling one of these things off and really seeing how high can this thing actually go based on these rallies that are happening in the consolidation. But I'll take all of this off the screen for now. And let's go back and talk about what we've seen happen in here. So if XRP was actually mirroring what was happening with Doge, then phase one is still in the works right now, right? You saw that phase one's in the works by getting to the 702. And if it did what Doge did, then it would pull back down in here to this price level, to this rally prior to capitulating, back down into here before heading off and going to the 4.236, which would be about $11. Then, if it continued to follow what Doge did, we'd see sideways consolidation followed by a full extension all the way out. Keeping those targets that we've talked about for such a long time, that $10 to $13 price target, and then that $55 price target up in here. And if XRP was to repeat what Doge did in this bull run, that's what we would see. We would see a pullback down to touch that September of 2018 support level, followed by a breakout to the 4.236 of near $10 to $13, followed by consolidation, and then a breakout to 55. But at the beginning of this video, I said whether or not you find it reasonable or feasible for it to happen, and it would be up to the eye of the beholder on whether or not that could ever happen. And here's the reason why I say that. The total market cap of the entire cryptocurrency market is at $2 trillion right now. In order for Doge to make all these types of extensions and reach up to these price levels, its market cap got up to, and currently at this moment is $41 billion. I guess it got up to somewhere about $53, $54 billion at its peak. What would the market cap of XRP have to be in order to hit those types of price levels? The current market cap valuation at $62 billion is based off XRP being $1.38 per XRP with a circulating supply of 45.4 billion. Now, over time, we'll add $1 billion every month, but let's just presume, for the sake of the mathematics, that it stays right here at 45. If XRP went to $11, that would give it a market cap of $500 billion. So that still seems within reasonable, right? That still keeps us within a relative number of what's happening within the cryptocurrency market. And that doesn't exceed what the total market cap of cryptocurrency is right now. However, if XRP was to go to $55, that would give it a $2.5 trillion market cap, which does exceed what the market cap of cryptocurrency is right now. So we'd have to not only see an expansion of the cryptocurrency market, but also a pretty big expansion, either that the whole market goes up by a significant amount or that XRP swallows most of the market and then some. So in order for Doge to reach out to these price extensions, it got to kind of just play around within the market, right? Never really surpassing number 4, just kind of shuffling its way up from like number 60 to number 5. But for XRP to hit those numbers, we'd have to see a drastic rise in the market cap of cryptocurrency or see XRP swallow the whole cryptocurrency market in order to get to 55. Like I said, that's going to be up to everybody to decide, is that reasonable? Is that even possible? Getting to 500 billion still keeps you at number 2 2, right? But getting to 2.5 trillion, well, things start getting a little iffy at that price level. We'd have to see massive expansion of the cryptocurrency market, or like I said, XRP swallowing the entire market and then more. But there you have it. I know that a lot of people have been wondering about that. What would happen with XRP if it did the same thing that Doge did? And that's what would happen. We see two big breakouts happen over here in Doge, and if those equivalent breakouts happened over there in XRP, you'd be looking at about $10 to $13 for the first one and 55 to 60 for the second one to give an equivalent move of what happened over there on Dogecoin. But if you notice something else that we came to the conclusion of in this video by comparing the XRP price chart to the Doge price chart is that the top of Doge is in. But all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I hope that you enjoyed this. I had a really good time making this video. Again, I don't know if XRP is going to mirror exactly what Doge did, but I know a lot of people are out there wondering what would happen. It was so incredible to see that Doge essentially mirrored what happened to XRP back in 2017. So it was fun to see what would happen to XRP if we did the exact same thing. I hope you enjoyed this content. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. If you'd like, you can check out my website over here. This is bcbacker.com. This is my course where I deep dive into the previous Bitcoin bull runs and the different altcoin market cycles, tying them all together to show where those alt seasons have happened in the past. I talk about my exit plans. I talk about trading view charts and indicators, Fibonacci retracements, talk about rebalancing, mathematics, percentages, all kind of educational content in here on my website, bcbacker.com. I have included some recent updates in here. I've got one way down in here. And again, you can check that out over here on bcbacker.com. You could follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching my content. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.